Good morning from a motorway service area 102 kilometers away from Jakarta. And now we're on our way to a port city called Cirebon, which used to be home to a sultanate, and in that city that we're visiting there are 4 royal palaces. This is the Palikanci motorway. It serves as the ring road of the city of Cirebon, and we'll be getting out of this motorway next junction. This
Tetap di kiri di pertigaan. Kemudian belok kiri. Belok kiri.
And this is the end of the motorway, and we're approaching the city of Cirebon. We're in a small town called Plumbon now. It's to the south of Cirebon. It's pretty crowded here. People are still out and about. We're passing a town called Trusmi, which is well known for its production of batik, which is Indonesian traditional fabric. We're not passing through the town centre, but we're going straight ahead to the city of Cirebon. And this is the gate. We're passing another town on our way to the city of Cirebon, and this town is called Weru. And this is the Red Mosque of Panjunan. And here there's a sign about the history of this building. The Red Mosque of Panjunan was built by Sharif Abdurrahman or Pangeran Panjunan in 1480. This mosque was built 18 years before the building of the Sang Cipta Rasa Central Mosque, which is the second oldest mosque in Cirebon. The name Panjunan is, how do you say it? referring to its, what do you say? Its material, which is made from red bricks. Bu, punten bu. And this is the main shrine. And here you could see the writing, "There's no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger," which is the declaration of faith of Islam, the Shahada. And now we're entering the city of Cirebon, and this is the great big sign which says, "Welcome to the city of Cirebon."
Setelah 150 meter, belok kanan.
Sekarang belok kanan.
Belok kanan. Kemudian, belok kiri.
This is the British American Tobacco building. This used to be a cigarette factory, but now it's just a museum. This is a traditional market.
Belok kanan.
And here I am now at the Chinese Buddhist temple called Wihara Dewi Welas Asih. This temple is dedicated to Guan Yin, which is the Chinese Buddhist god of mercy. These are paintings which shows us whatever it shows. And here we could smell Chinese incense. And this is the altar for praying. These are the candles. And here we could see Chinese writing. This is a statue of Guan Yin. And these are paintings. You can see over there Chinese writing. Here we could see Chinese lanterns. And here we could see a Buddhist altar. And also paintings of the life of the Buddha. This is a bell. These are more paintings. This altar is an altar dedicated to the ancestors of the Chinese descendants who have migrated from China to this part of Indonesia. Here we could see more paintings. These are Chinese writing boards.
Iya Bu, barongsai kembang api jam 9 sampai jam 12. Datang Bu. Masih nginep kan?
Kalau yang ini apa?
Ini Dewa Dapur.
Dewa Dapur itu maksudnya apa?
Yang lola rumah tangga, itu rumah tanggaan. Misal itu laporan nanti siapa yang ini, dia lapor ke yang lebih atas lagi gitu.
Kalau yang ini apa?
Jelehut, yang lukisan tuh.
Iya.
Iya. Dewa Jelehut.
Riwayat apa Pak?
Dewa apa sih yang kasih sayang dia semua sama ini, sama anak-anak, sama apa, dia ngejaga, yang ngelindunginnya.
The guide said that this altar is dedicated to, what do you call it? The kitchen god. Yet again, we could see more paintings. Kalau yang ini apa Pak?
Dewa pengatur ini, horoskop, perbintangan.
This altar is dedicated to the horoscope god. This is a zodiac altar. Kalau yang ini apa?
Raja pengawas utara, wilayah utara.
Maksudnya apa Raja Pengawas Wilayah Utara itu?
Ada 4 penjuru, gitu, salah satu ini penguasa wilayah.
This altar is dedicated to the King of the North in Chinese mythology. Kalau yang ini apa?
Itu Dewa Tau.
This altar is dedicated to Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu kan Pak?
Iya.
Lao Tzu, or also known as the Old Master, Sang Guru Tua in Indonesian. Unfortunately, we couldn't come into the main altar of this temple dedicated to Guan Yin. These 2 paintings are only visible by camera. And here we are in the Chinese district of Cirebon. And this is a Chinese Buddhist temple. This is the main market of the city of Cirebon, which is not very far from the Chinese district.
Setelah 200 meter, Belok kanan.
This is the Cirebon Royal Palace, which is one of the 4 royal palaces of Cirebon. This palace was built in the year 1808 when the kingdom of Kanoman was divided into 2 by the Dutch colonial authorities. The kingdom of Kanoman, which is one of the historical kingdoms around Cirebon, was divided into 2 during the Dutch colonial era, or in other words, divided into 2 protectorates. This is the, what do you call it? Gamelan. These are traditional musical instruments used for the gamelan. These are the traditional weapons called keris. This is the family tree of the Sultan of this Cirebonan palace. This is the picture of the Cirebonan royal family. This is a flag of this kingdom. This is the gamelan, or the Javanese traditional instruments. Yet again, we could see more traditional weapons. And here we could see foreign goods. This, what do you call it? Ceramic has the writing of one of the verses of the Quran called Ayat al-Kursi. These are equipments which are used for the ritual called Panjang Jimat. That ritual takes place during the birthday of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, or as we call it here in Indonesia, Maulid Nabi. These are old batik collections, traditional weapons. These are collections of bowls, plates and cups. This is the sword which was a gift from the Dutch king at that time, King William, to the first Sultan of Cirebon. This is the picture of the coronation of the current Sultan in 1997. When this kingdom was established, it was first a Dutch protectorate. Then after Indonesia gained independence, the kings of Cirebon joined the Republic of Indonesia. These are letters which was written during the Dutch colonial period. Here we can see the writing Kraton Keprabonan, which is another royal palace in this city. This royal palace is unique because this is but how do you say it? Located not very far from a traditional market. And this is the great big writing, Kraton Keprabonan. And this is the palace. This is the Keprabonan Royal Palace, or as we call it here, Kraton Keprabonan. This palace was built in 1696, was established in 1696. Kalau yang ini bangunan apa?
Ini Kaputran deh. Tempat laki-laki ini kan dapurnya, ini Kaputran sini. Kalau itu Kaputran kan di Ratu Mas Herlin. Sini anak laki yang masih hidup satu, semuanya anak udah meninggal semua. Sekitar umur 100 tahun lebih lah, kurang lebih lah yang masih hidup kok di dalamnya juga. Terus ini udah pak meninggal ya, banyak tinggal anak-anaknya saja. Iya.
And this is called the Keputran, which is the Keputran itu rumah dinas ya?
Anak laki-laki.
Asrama laki-laki.
Anak sultan, anak yang laki.
This is like a dormitory for the sons of the Keprabonan royal family. which is part of the celebration of the eve of Chinese New Year. And tomorrow will be the Chinese New Year, the year of the dragon. And here we can see the Chinese lanterns. And this is another procession which is part of the Chinese New Year's Eve festivities, and this is the dragon dance. The procession has just finished, but not really. And here I am at a restaurant called Haji Apun, the iconic restaurant which serves empal gentong. And what is empal gentong? Let's wait and see. And this is my meal for today, which is empal gentong, beef curry with beef tripe, or as we call it in Indonesian, babat sapi, and also beef satay. And now we're on the motorway, and we're heading to a town called Malahayu, and in that town we're going to visit a reservoir, which is the main tourist attraction of that town. Unfortunately, we're not going to the town of Malahayu to the reservoir, but instead we have replanned our journey and we're going to visit the town of Jatibarang, which is home to the old sugar mills, which was built by the Dutch colonial government, or the Dutch East Indies. We're still on the motorway now, which is called the Trans Java Toll Road, or Jalan Tol Trans Jawa in Indonesia. we've just left the motorway, and from here we'll be going to the town of Jatibarang. And in front of us is the toll gate. We're in the town of Brebes right now, and we are already in another province. Cirebon is in West Java, whereas Brebes, which is where we are now, is in Central Java. And now we have arrived at the town of Jatibarang, which is home to the sugar mills built by the Dutch colonial government during the Dutch colonial era. And here we could see the two towers of the sugar mills, the old sugar mills. And here I am now, standing on the premises of the old sugar mills in the town of Jatibarang. If you look behind me, that building is the old sugar mill. This old sugar mill was built in the year 1842. As we could see from the writing, Heritage 1842. This is the old sugar mill. It has been coming into disrepair, and today this place is used as a tourist attraction. This place is now functioning as a tourist attraction. However, people rarely visit this place. This is a locomotive of a train which was used to carry sugar from this part of Indonesia, or Dutch East Indies as they called it during the Dutch colonial era, to other parts of the Dutch East Indies. In front of us is a building. I don't know what this is, but as we could see from the writing, it was built in the year 1916. Maybe it was used as a depot for the trains which were used to transport sugar to other parts of the Dutch East Indies at that time. We're going back home now, and We're passing the town of Brebes again on our way back home to Jakarta, the mega city, the capital city of Indonesia. We're passing the town of Brebes right now, which is on the North Coast Road. This road was built during the Dutch colonial era in the 19th century. Back then, it was called the Great Post Road, or Grote Postweg in Dutch. We're now at a motorway service area 102 kilometers away from Jakarta, or more precisely 102 kilometers towards Jakarta. And behind me is a restaurant and a clothes shop. And that's it for now. See you in some other location.